Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Najmi Muiz bin Zulkifli with number matric 1201432. So, today I will start our presentation with the introduction of the book. So, the first one is the title of the book that has been given is The Impact of Islam on Christianity. The name of the book author is Kenneth H. Crandall and published by American Friend of the Middle East. This book has been published in 47 East 67th Street, New York, United States. The book was published in year 1952, then translated and reprinted in Arabic in year 1953 and reprinted for second printing in year 1954. So, this book only have one volume. Then, the book's contents have 11 pages and has 13 subtopics in it. The author also insert and share a bit of preface by Erich W. Berthman. So, the impact of Islam on Christianity started when Muhammad Musaddiq was chosen by Time magazine as the Man of the Year 1951. So, at that time, many astonished eyebrows went up in the West. How could this premier from a small industrial backward, powerless country of the Middle East be the most influential figure in a year filled with the power struggle between the giant of the communistic bloc and the Western bloc? Yet, the influence and the impact are there, and the West is being challenged by Mossadegh, by his nation, Iran, and by other Islamic lands, not only to recognize a potent bargaining force in world politics, but also to rethink its own spiritual and moral position in dealing with the religion and people of the world. This is not the first time the impact of Islam has sent Christianity searching back to the root of its own heritage, nor is it the first time Islamic lands have made positive cultural and spiritual offering to the West.
So today I will share about 10 ideas that I gained from this book. First, the American Friends of the Middle East main goal is to improve relations between the United States and the Middle East. This goal can only be achieved by gaining a true understanding of the area, including its history, culture, and social context. The vast Middle Eastern region, which is dominated by Islamic people, has long been an afterthought in our school and higher education curricula. American Friends of the Middle East has launched an essay contest on a specific topic relevant to the region, among other programs in order to pique interest in this essential issue. Second, while Christianity struggled through the Dark Age, Islam carved out an empire that stretched from Chinese border to the Pyrenees, along which geographical conquest. Islam gained Greek philosophy through Persian and Syrian intellectuals, and accept a variety of cultural expression from this region, India and China, as well as Arabian own indigenous culture made contribution during the 9th, 10th, and the 11th century. All of these Islamic civilizations were maintained, comment on, and contribute to. At the head of the High Middle Age, Islam made this inheritance available to the West, which eventually gave way to the Renaissance of the 15th and 16th century. Third, excellent schools were created in the Middle East as well as in Moorish Spain and Portugal. During Islam's Golden Age, the writings of Hellenic philosophers, scientists, and poets were housed in libraries, and this center attracted students from all across Christendom as well as the Islamic world. Michael Scott, Daniel Morley, Elliot of Bass, and Robertus Anglicus, the first Quran translator, were among those who studied at the School of Toledo, including in the legacy of Islam. Fourth, Al-Razi, the middle-aged leading clinical physician, produced a number of tracts, the most famous of which being on smallpox and measles, in which he precisely depicts the disease's symptom and nature. His Al-Hatwi incomprehensive book compiles all of his time medical knowledge from Greek, Syrian, and early Arabic sources until the 17th century. This 20-volume treatise was considered authoritative in European college. Al-Razi was also knowledgeable about vaccination, the location of the set of vision in the retina of the eye, the importance of chemistry in medicine, and how to make artificial eyes. For the fifth point is Muslim made the most significant scientific discovery in the science of optics. Roger Bacon incorporated all treatises, Kindis, and option which still exists in Latin. In his work on the subject, Al-Haytham or Al-Hazan's work was even more sophisticated. He disagreed with Euclid, Ptolemy, and other ancients who through the eye sent forth visual rays to the object of vision. It is the seen object from that enter the eyes and is conveyed from its transparent body, the lens, according to him. He got close to presenting a theoretical explanation for magnifying glasses and make progress in explaining refraction and reflection.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Birosli and my metric number is 1201347. So I would like to continue to point 6. Ibn Hazm has made a significant contribution to comparative religion in the 11th century, the most creative genius of Muslim Spain, according to Nicholson, and the originator of the science of comparative religion, according to Gibb. He is credited as the author of the first systematic hierarchical analysis of the Old and New Testament, according to Guillaume. 7. In his Divina Commedia, Dante merged classical Christian mysticism with some of the deepest and most spiritual aspects of the Islamic religious experience. His writing combines aspects of Muslim cosmogony and tradition of Muhammad's ascension, and he was definitely influenced by Muslim visionaries such as Ibn al-Arabi of Murcia. The Legacy of Islam, Gibb, H.A.R.
So next, the work of Muslim philosopher was one of the biggest contribution of Muslim culture to European ideas. Arabic thinker rediscovered Greek philosophy, particularly Aristotle's works. They introduced Aristotle and Neoplatonism to the West through their translation and research centuries before the Renaissance rebirth of Greek academia. The University of Paris only accepted Aristotle as stated by Ibn Rushdi commentary as late as the beginning of the 14th century. Al-Kindi, Hunayn ibn al-Ishaq, Al-Farabi, Ibn Sina, Al-Ghazali, and Ibn Rushd were all commentator and contributor to classical philosophy as well as preserver and transmitter. For Christian philosopher theologian, the work of Al-Ghazali and Ibn Rushdi were highly significant.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Fakhrul Ashraf bin Subandi. My matrix number is 1201381. Today, I would like to present about the methodology that is being used by the author of the book with the title The Impact of Islam on Christianity. After some research of the book, we have found that the writer used various kinds of methodology in his book writing. The Impact of Islam on Christianity was written based on various resources. According to Kenneth H. Crandall, the author, this content and objective can only be reached by acquiring a sound knowledge of the area by studying its history, its culture, and social background. Instrumental of research from article and journal were used to gather the information that detects and confirm the impact of Islam on Christianity. A total of 35 journals and articles of the previous researchers are used to get ideas for the author to conduct his research on this book. Some encyclopedias are also being used to gain information to write the book.
Lastly, even if antagonism from the Crusade remained a serious restricting factor, the West now had the resource and motivation to study Islam's religions and people. However, the West on development steered it away from rather than toward the East. The West had reclaimed its own history of Asian religious tradition with the help of Islamic teachers, and its schools and intellectuals had matured to the point where they no longer needed to rely on Islamic sources. The West was undergoing its own renaissance, and European explorers and merchants discovered a way to the East via Africa, avoiding direct contact with the Islamic civilization. As the West aspired to greater heights, it neglected its tie with Islam, and Islam was content to let the West pass it by.
After that, the next concept and ideas of the book is invective was mitigated by some degree of comprehension of the true nature and constructive contribution of the Islamic faith as a result of enhanced knowledge gained from familiarity with the Quran. Luther, who had read Muhammad's, Ibn Sina's, Alfraganus, and Ibn Rushd's works, could remark of Islam, their religious fervor as well as their good administration, rules, sincerity are all exemplary. They allow people to believe whatever they want, and no one is forced to deny Christ. Simon G. He afterwards changed his mind since he realized that the Turks were not allowed to teach Christ in public or say anything negative about Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. My name is Arina Wazira binti Azanon. My matric card number 1201377. So, in my opinion about this book, it is loaded with knowledge as well as knowledge about Islam and Christianity. We can see that in this book it is explained that Islam offers religious belief about the nature of God and man, which is a complementary to the Christian understanding where they only adhere to the study of science. Other than that, Islam also has the potential to help in restructuring the politics of the world, which the Christian world must go through if they want to fulfill its aim. Therefore, Islam and Christianity need to overcome obstacles and challenges to work and together as one being who serve the one God in the world. Lastly, we strongly recommend that this book must read and research by Muslim and non-Muslim for a true and clear guide to life. That's all from me. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Lastly, conclusion. In this book, the author has written about two religions that influence the world, namely Islam and Christianity. Islam, a religion that is a great power that is growing rapidly in many aspects and is the greatest challenger to Christianity, including art, science, philosophy, and medicine. Now, the fact that the two great religions of the world now still remain proves that each has great influence and is capable of making an impact on the other. In reality, Muslims are individuals who have something unique and constructive to contribute to the global society, and they are seeking from the West a reasonable and equal response to their global citizenship. Islam has the potential to be a powerful force, gives religious convictions about God's and man's nature, which they are complementary to Christian thinking and have a lot of promise to help in the world political reform that the Christian world must carry out if it wants to remain committed to its goals. Islam challenges Christians to delve deeper in their faith, ethical, and spiritual resources from the depths of its Christian heritage. It will be able to live and work alongside Muslims as brothers under one God, not just as fellow men. In both sides, the major hurdle to overcome is a lack of understanding of the other's true goal and merits, as well as an innate suspicion and hostility based on previous errors and erroneous preconceptions. The only energies that may transcend this mutual animosity and distrust are the creative power of the Islamic and Christian faiths, which see beyond current conditions to God. Islam and Christianity have much to give each other in any society, but especially in a world separate between those who believe in God and those who preach materialistic atheism, because they emerge from the same basic roots and are anchored in the same basic belief in God. They will eventually stand or fall together. Both are currently challenged to penetrate the secular powers of their respective cultures to increase the spiritual strength of the other and to work together as members serving the one God of the entire globe. That's all from us. Thank you.